What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to do something I haven't done in probably a year or even longer, and I'm going to do an action figure tier list. So let's get right on into it. Alright, for this tier list, we're going to be looking at Cody Rhodes action figures. I have some basics from Mattel, I have his elites from Mattel, and I have all of his AEW figures. And if I'm missing one in particular that you like, please let me know and we will address that in a later video. But I'm going to try and do some more of these themed around certain wrestlers, kind of like MDT does, but I'm going to try and put my own spin on it. So for today's tiers, we have Perfect Buy 2, which is top of the line. We have First Day Pre-Order, one that you're excited about, can't wait to get it in hand. A Retail Pickup, which is one you can, wait for everybody to go ahead and get it, and then you'll catch it when you see it in stores. Then we have the Easy Pass, which is not to be confused with the interstate system toll road thing, but it's just, you don't need the figure. You don't really care to have it, and we can skip on it altogether. And then we have LJNs, because we'll get into that later. Alright, so for our very first one here on the list, and these are in no particular order, it's just how they saved to tier maker. It is the early Cody Rhodes Elite of him in his Legacy gear with the cloth t-shirt. I think back in the day, I'm not talking about necessarily like now, because now this is like a great one to have and everybody wants a retro Cody. This one back in the day would probably be a First Day Pre-Order, and reason being behind that is because there's a Ted DiBiase that is matching, and who didn't love Randy Orton was the top bad guy at the time, but it was still cool to have a faction on your shelf. So I think that would be a First Day Pre-Order for me personally. Let me know what you guys think. And after that one, we have the AEW Series 1 version 2. This is just the skin repaint. I'm glad that they did it, but I don't like, it wasn't absolutely necessary for me. And to be honest, I didn't think the skin tone looked that much better the second time around. I think they're hit or miss with their skin tones, honestly. So if you wait until like the Unmatched 4 figures or Unrivaled Series, no, not even any of the Unrivaled figures, it's been the only like Unmatched 3 and 4 where the skin tone has actually looked really good. I think this one was an easy pass, especially if you picked up the first one. But after that, we have the Cody Rhodes Chase from Series 4. Comes with a Nightmare shirt. I love the shirt that it comes with. It's the gold tights, and obviously if you see this in retail, pick it up. I don't think this one is must-have by any chance, but that's just my personal opinion. But it is a solid-looking figure. I'm curious to know how the t-shirt holds up over time, and I'll talk about that when I get to the standard release of Series 4. But up next, we have the Unmatched Series 1 Cody Rhodes LJN. We didn't need these. I know people are excited about them, but I never see people posting like how happy they are to have them or any of that. Like, it looks cool to have a different box, but then again, they're not uniform. And this gear would have been beautiful as a standard Unrivaled or Unmatched figure, and I just think it misses the mark, but that's just my personal opinion. After this, we have the UK exclusive. I think it was to Smith Toys of Cody Rhodes that came with the basic ring, and it is in his gray and red attire. And me personally, I think this one's perfect. It is one of my favorite gear that they have made in the AEW lines. I'd go as far as to say it's my second favorite gear of ones that we already have in hand. That's going to change when we get the Supreme figure, but I think this is my second favorite as of right now. My only issue with it is this is when the skin tones were really, really weird. So the skin tone is off on it, but if you get the ringside Cody, pop that torso on there, then I think you have a really solid figure with the gray and red. After that, we have the Blood Brothers 2-pack that was a ringside exclusive. I believe this was the second ringside exclusive that we got from the AEW line. This is easily a First Day Pre-Order. The fact that they do the whole blood and guts stuff is actually really insane, and I'm very happy that they do it. I think it's a really cool take on like the figures that we're getting nowadays. It kind of changes up the stale pace that it can be sometimes until we get, first time in the lines or stuff like that. But I think this is really cool, and I love how it has the blood hand like a smear across the dream tattoo. I think everything about this is perfect except for the height on Dustin, but I'm not going to take that away from the Cody figure. And then after that, we have the Series 1 of Unrivaled Cody Rhodes, the very first release for the AEW line. This was a first day pre-order for many. Now, I know a lot of people may have put some of these in like the perfect category, but this is all my personal opinion. Definitely let me know in the comments, because I could be completely wrong. You could be like, LJNs are the best thing ever, and all this other crap is just an easy pass, nobody needs it. But this was kind of like monumental at the time. This was wrestling figures from a main company besides WWE since the TNA line, which we know how that all worked out. But this was just exciting to get, and I don't think there was any real problems with these besides the fact that the skin tone was messed up. But I'm judging this off how opinions were when they were put up for order. Then for the next figure, we have the Series 4 Cody Rhodes. I think this one was a retail pickup. The standout of this figure for me was obviously the Thronebreaker t-shirt, but it doesn't hold up over time, I've noticed. And I keep my figures in a room that's like climate controlled and everything. No sunlight gets into the room, and somehow the shirt has just been fading in package, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. The one in package is actually fading worse than the one that I have loose is, so it makes no sense. The black and green gear is really cool if you want to do some like fantasy DX stuff, or I even paired them up with MSK, the Elite 94 figures that came out, because I thought they were really cool. This was definitely a retail pickup though. This is still doesn't have the neck tattoo. So none of the ones that have shown so far had the neck tattoo, but we will get to that because only one ended up having it before the Supreme figure. Walmart exclusive LJN. People were going stupid for these when they first released. Then they were everywhere. I remember being excited when I found them. They had 5 and I bought all 5. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna help my buddies out. And then I got one to keep for myself. I gave 2 to my buddy because he was getting an autograph for me at a convention. Shout out to Scott if you're watching it. And then I'm stuck with the other 2, and nobody has wanted them since then. So they're just kind of taking up space in my room, but that's not the figure's fault. I don't care for the LJNs whatsoever. It's just not my thing. That's not my demographic. That was before my time period, obviously. I was born in '98, so I just don't need it. Up next, we have the Series 1 Chase. Now, I know the categories are a little weird when it comes to like a Chase figure pickup, but I love the Series 1 Chase. Take value out of it altogether. It comes with a Star Trek themed cloth shirt, which is phenomenal. It comes with the Star Trek weight belt that says Captain on the back of it. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these mock or loose, especially loose, let's go there, like, and you take the upcoming White Wolf figure that's coming from the G.I. Joe line that kind of looks like Pharaoh and put that, it's perfect altogether. But these were impossible to get, honestly. I think they're going for like $3,000 now. So obviously you're not going to buy one. You're not even going to be able to buy 2, honestly. I can't. I don't have this figure. Ringside put it up for order one day for $200, and everybody was like, ooh, that's expensive. And now look where it's at. It sold out instantly. And there's only 500 in the world. So I love that figure. Take the rarity out of it. It's just a solid looking figure. But the only issue with it is the skin tone. And you can't fix that and repack it up. So it's just one of the things you have to deal with, but the figure overall is really cool. Then we have, I guess you could call this Undashing or Dashing Cody Rhodes Elite. It comes with the paper bag, the face mask, and the coat. Cody Rhodes was doing some of his best work at the time in WWE, and I think this would be a first day pre-order, because this is like, we don't get this level of accessories anymore in mainline releases. If we do, it's very, very rare. And people are still searching for these accessories on the secondary market to this day. I know the face mask and the jacket, because who doesn't want just like a standard black jacket to have for your figures, and the paper bag, which I'm going to be using for a Kip Sabian figure when it comes out, are just perfect. And it's just a great like reminder of how the Elite Series used to be. Yeah, they have major upgrades nowadays, but we don't get accessories like this anymore, and that's just really, really solid figure. After that, we have the, I cannot remember the series of Elite, but it is the pink and white Cody Rhodes. Everybody used this for customs, either this one or the Elite 32. I am obsessed with this figure, and all it comes with is the entrance robe, which I guess that's, you could call that a robe, but the figure is just, it's so clean. Everything in wrestling seems to be like black mainly, like all gear and everything. Cody changes it up, as you see with his figures, But this figure is just beautiful. The head scan is pretty good for the time. The gear holds up. I know whenever we get like an actual like Cody Rhodes mainline release, I'm going to pop I'm gonna torso crack obviously, but take the torso from the new one with the double jointed arms, the face that looks good, the tattoos, and I'm gonna put it on the lower body of this Cody Rhodes Elite figure because I think it's perfect. That's just honestly my opinion though. Up next we have the Elite 32 Cody Rhodes, which is the head sculpt that's going to be on the new basic, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. I think this one was an easy pass. The main selling point here is the Brotherhood tank top, or like cut off shirt that he would wear when he was teaming up with Dustin, or not Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, same person, and with their rivalry with the Shield. I think it was great for customs back in the day, but now we have the double jointed figures, or the arms, so not much use for it now, and it's just a simple gear. And like if you put this figure beside this one, it's no competition, and I think most people would agree with that. I could be wrong. After that, we have Elite 36, I believe, Stardust. I remember being stoked out of my mind for this figure. The only drawback to it was that it wasn't his debut black and gold that he first showed up with. It comes with the blue accents, which do look good, and it gives us more of a popping figure rather than just plain two-color figure. But this came with the tag titles. I think the perfect like modern Goldust came in this same exact Elite 36 set, which just kind of set it over the edge even more. And I think I just remember being so happy for this figure when it came out. And one Stardust gear that I wish we would have got was when he fought against Goldust at Fastlane 2016? 2015, 2016, the Fastlane, the gear. I'll try and remember to put a picture up of it on the screen now. I love this figure, and I remember like to this day, it still holds up, and it's such a good figure. I think a lot of people don't talk about. Up next, we have the Unmatched Series 4 Cody Rhodes. I'm gonna put this in the perfect buy two category. I use this mainly for fix-ups. The good thing about the AEW figures is that they're easy to swap torsos with. So I think everybody has seen on my Instagram, I like to pop the torso off of this figure and put it with the Unmatched for MJF upper body. So he's wearing suit pants and he can go out to the ring in suit pants. Maybe it's just me. I love promo gear. I love this figure and I think it's perfect. And I do have two of them, and I'm contemplating getting more just so I can have more dress pants on the shelf. Then we have the Supreme Collection figure. I know there seems to be a trend here, but this figure is perfect. It comes with so many accessories. I hope the faces aren't as cartoony when they come out next month or the month after, but the robe is beautiful, and I cannot wait to see how the Ultimate robe looks like from Mattel. And I love the concept of the Supreme line, especially with Britt Baker coming with the promo gear all together. It's like her second figure in the package, kind of. I love the potential of this line, but this Cody figure is top notch and cannot be beat. Also, and before we do the last five, these aren't in any order on the list. I guess I could start putting them in there before the end of the video, but this is just my personal preference. Like, I could rank them within each line, and I guess I'll do that before the end of it. After that, we have the Chase of Unmatched for Cody. My buddy Carlos has one of these loose, and it's just not doing it for me. So I put this at retail pickup, along with the other Chase, which is really weird. I don't know. It's just literally a different color suit. So maybe you prefer that over the blue, but it's just something that honestly, it could go in like the easy pass category if you really want to be like truthful, but I don't know, something about it doesn't click with me as well as the standard release does. After that, we have the Walmart exclusive Superstar Entrances, I believe the wave was called, and it is Cody Rhodes with the mustache comb t-shirt. This is a basic, keep in mind, and it comes with the mustache head sculpt, and I really want to see somebody take this and make an elite of it and get a custom Power Lucha t-shirt to send it over the top, because I really love this figure, and it is only like the one of two basics that's going to be on this whole entire list. That's how much I love this figure. After that, we have the Elite 134, 130, no, not Elite 30. No, we have the basic Series 134 or 135 of Cody, and the only drawback here is it's the Elite 32 head, but they rushed this out. It was like a 4-month turnaround, and normally it takes over a year like we're seeing with the Ultimate pre-order. I think this is solid for what it is, but I do think it is an easy pass, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that one. We have 2 figures left, and they're 2 of my favorites, so let's go and do the ringside exclusive Cody Rhodes with the cool t-shirt, the purple and silver gear, the really cool boots. I don't think it gets much better than this. This is going in my #1 spot. It comes with a neck tattoo. This is the only figure besides the Unmatched Series 4 and Chase figures that come with the neck tattoo so far, and I think this one can't be beat, honestly. But it is closely followed by the Ultimate Edition pre-order for Mattel Creations that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, and I think those 2 are going to be really, really hard to beat going forward. But you know, we're going to get that we're going to get so many awesome elites of his gears, and I think it's going to be great all around, honestly. So I want to know what you guys think of this list and where you stand with your Cody Rhodes Elite and Jazzwares comparisons and tier rankings. So as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least, take it easy. Thanks.